fantastic. You've got pole position.
And with qualifying complete, let's review our top three today. A Red Bull, Hamilton and George Russell. With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Welcome along then to where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the very final corner. And just 1 year later, Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's time then for the Sao Paulo Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil. It's a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 left turns and 6 right turns for a total of 15 corners. It's a wet one today as well, so grip and visibility will be at a premium, and the drivers will need to be careful coming up the hill in Sector 3, the scene of many an accident over the years. Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. It's Red Bull on pole, and Lewis Hamilton completes the front row. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Russell, Sainz, Leclerc, Gasly, Verstappen, Norris, Ocon, Fernando Alonso, Oscar Piastri, Albon, Bottas, Stroll, Tsunoda, Zhou, Magnussen, Hülkenberg, De Vries and Logan Sargent. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. Well, it's not going to be plain sailing for our drivers today, although with the sky falling as it is, perhaps sailing isn't too far from the truth. Anthony Davidson, could be a wet one today. Great to have you with us. What are your thoughts?
It is a touch damp, isn't it? Well, as a driver, there are 3 big things to worry about when racing in these kind of conditions: standing water, tyre temperature and visibility. Judging distance to the cars around you is really tricky when you're driving through the vast amounts of spray that these wet weather Pirelli tyres kick up.
Okay, we're in a good, solid position for the Constructors' title, which will mean so much to everybody here in this team. There's just 3 races to go, so we need some good, solid results. That's a race win and your second race win in a row. Fantastic job.
A great race then, very much as we've come to expect, and a fantastic victory here at Interlagos. Well, Anthony Davidson, a resounding victory today, but what set them apart from the rest?
Well, they clearly have a car that comes alive in the kind of conditions we were dealing with today. It's a very balanced package in the wet, and what that means is that the drivers have confidence to attack. And having that confidence gets you on the power earlier, it lets you brake later, and can put you a long way up the road.
Red Bull put up an outstanding fight for the front position today, and it's great to see it paid off for them. They do so much for the sports that you can't help but be delighted by today's race win. So let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. And after a thrilling race, we see a new name heading up the championship standings. Now, let's discuss, Ant. Who would you say is a contender for driver of the day? It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The lead at the top comes down after a strong weekend from the challenging pack. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One, so be sure to join us for the next one.